Alright, what's up guys? Gonna do the Audi now, after doing the Mercedes. Back to back, I think my best time with the Mercedes with the 57.6. It's the same exact weather. Kinda interested to see how fast I get up to speed in this Audi versus the Mercedes, because before I was doing the Mercedes for the second car at the other two tracks, Spa and Silverstone. And I'm not sure, it just felt easier to get up to speed in that car, but I'm not sure how much it was the car versus doing the track for the second time after an hour driving in the previous car. It's going to do a couple laps to warm up here, but first thing I noticed about this car, it just feels a lot lighter on its feet, more agile. Be interesting to see how the lap times play out. Also, this car has different gears. The Mercedes has a shorter gear set option, and that's what I was using, but it actually has taller gears versus this car, so I'll be shifting more in this car. Yeah, right off the bat, this thing's pretty hooked up. It does not like the curbs, so I'm gonna have to be careful with those. At least until I figure out a set that jeez. That's crazy how sensitive it is to that curb. Because that's not even like an aggressive curb. It's like a smooth transition, but apparently this car isn't having any of it right now. So note taken. I like the sound of both these cars. I mean, they both sound great, but it's like in completely different ways. Let's see if we can get through here without dying. Success. I'm really interested to see it. I'm going to do the BMW after this, and I'm really interested to see how that car does. From what I hear, it's better. I just wonder if it's better with getting out of the corners and not spinning its rear tires. Yeah, I think you sum that up perfectly, don't it? Down to first gear. Oh, fishtail, getting on the power. Like you were saying, Slash, I think the Audi does like to slide just a little bit more. I mean, they both like to slide, but this is a faster, lighter slide, where the Mercedes is more of a heavier, slower slide. But this Audi really likes to change directions, where the Mercedes, not so much. It's not so willing to go this way and that. I'm not sure what Fuller's doing. He hasn't said anything for a while, so I just shut down TeamSpeak so I could focus on this for a while. try and ease it into this corner a little bit more, not push so. Ooh, that was nice. Alright, bud. Probably gonna do the BMW and then I'll be back on TeamSpeak a little bit later. So I think it's just easier for me to get up to speed once the second car I've driven at the track. I don't think can put a lot of weight in getting up to speed quicker in the Mercedes yesterday. I think I had more to do with it. I just drove the track for an hour with the car previous to it. Oh, took a little too much curb there. Again, I'm not running traction control, so stuff like that's gonna happen. Until I figure out setup and how to drive it. I just don't think these cars really need traction control. Nice hookup so well like that. Rough did where I never ran traction control. So I think it'll come off that curb alright. I think the key is just to not be full throttle when you go over curbs, because right now it kind of wants to kill me if I'm full throttle over a curb. My gut's telling me the Audi's going to be faster here right now. I mean, the Mercedes is probably going to take more setup work than this one's going to take here. I think the Audi's just more naturally suited for this track because of the how many quick direction changes there are, and this just feels a little bit more nimble than the Mercedes does. At some points, I like the Mercedes more through that chicane, though, for sure. Actually, I did second there. That worked out pretty nice. I don't think I need to go to first. Again, I really like where the A-pillar is on this car. It's set further back compared to the rough. Yeah, power slide. So I can really see those apexes, especially on left-handers. That's... like, I think Coda is going to be a little bit more fun now. I'll be able to see probably twice as many apexes. I almost feel like putting softer springs in this car here. It almost feels like the springs are a little too stiff. Okay, let's go with the taller gear so it does a little bit better over that curb in 5th gear as opposed to 4th. Doesn't want to spin the wheels quite as much, but of course I wasn't at full throttle either. So I think a lot of it right now, if you're not on full throttle, you have a lot better chance of getting over the curbs. Keeping in whatever gear I'm in, 4th. These cars are fun to drive.
1 minute 57.9.
I'm gonna have to keep going back and forth between first and second gear for turn one. Not quite sure which one's better yet. Might even try first here to help the car rotate a little bit more, just be a little bit easier with the throttle coming out of this corner because I've gotten sideways just about every time. There we go. Yeah, I can go over curbs, it just can't go over curbs full throttle. I'm with you on that one. Not yet, at least. I think with some setup work you can help that out a lot. This car is more fun to drive around here than the Mercedes. I think the Mercedes is going to be more fun to drive at tracks like the actual Nordschleife, Spa, stuff that doesn't have quite such tight corners. I think it. Here, we'll do fourth gear through here. That's hard. It's hard to decide which gear I want to be in right now through there. Yeah, I think it's going to do. Mercedes will do better at tracks with big sweeping turns. Or this is probably going to be better at Zolder. Stuff like that. Go down to third this time instead of fourth like I was last time. Again, not quite sure which one's better right now. Oh man, is this thing fun. This just feels more like a race car than the Mercedes. And we just ran our best time. Haven't even made any adjustments to this set yet. So, right now, for me, it's quicker. See, I think first gear was a lot better right through there. You can see by the delta. Fun. It's got a better natural rhythm with the track, wants to turn with the corners more. Again, with the current setups on the cars. Try fifth gear again. Slid all the way around that corner. And go fourth through here. Yeah, that's the way to go. Right now we're smoking the Mercedes on lap times.
57.4.
I think I took a little bit better line through there. I just love the flow of that section in this car. You can just see how much more the car wants to change direction compared to the Mercedes. Car's just more playful. Alright, let's see what the tires are at. try third on the left-hander after the uphill. Oh, I know what corner you're talking about. No, alright. Sweet 360. Alright, let's see where our tires are at. Go down one click on the rights, bring those down to the 190 range. So now we're 172 all around. Really want to see what it feels like with softer springs all around. So we're 130 at the rear and 66.3 ride height at the front. See what it feels like with a little bit of softer springs in it. Just feel like the side could use a little more suppleness overall. It doesn't quite feel like it's in the track. That might be because I'm comparing it directly with the Mercedes, which just feels really in the track again. That's why I think I get the heavier feeling out of the Mercedes versus the lighter feeling in this car. Steering's also a little bit lighter on this, probably because we're running, I'd imagine we have less caster in this. Yeah, I like the springs right now. Car feels more in the track. Doesn't feel like it's sliding on top of it. Give it a couple laps, see how she do. Might help with the curbs too. Just absorb the curb strikes a little bit better with those softer springs. Alright, so third gear in this corner is the one I think you're talking about. It feels pretty good. Too fast in this corner though. Yeah, I'm digging the spring change. This feels a little more planted. Might even go down another click on the springs after this, see how that feels. I don't know, wherever my wallet is, if you can find it. Oh, sorry, a momentary distraction there. Back to focusing. Oh. Does feel better over that curb. It's still not perfect by any means, but it's more compliant with the curb, so maybe one more setting on that, taking the springs down will help us out a little bit more with that. 'Cause, I mean, the main goal of a spring is to absorb bumps. So, makes sense. You make a softer spring, it's going to absorb the bumps more. The only problem is if you make it too sluggish, then you kind of get what you got with the Mercedes right now, where it just doesn't feel quite as responsive as this car does. I mean, on a really flat track like this, ideally you'd run a stiffer spring, it's more responsive, but at the same time you got these curves to deal with. And if you're just running too stiff a spring in general, it's gonna make the car feel didn't downshift. It's gonna make the car feel skittish in general. And this car's feeling a little bit more playing with those softer springs. This might be my favorite part of this track right now, these two corners. Which is weird because they're downhill corners, and normally I'd think a car would just feel terrible through them, losing the front end, but this feels pretty good. Just getting on the gas a little too soon for that corner. And same with that corner. Yeah, it doesn't mind that curb at all. Thanks for that little tip, Dominic. Dominic hooked me up a little tip on first off going third gear through that corner and taking more of that curb, and I don't think I've gone over that curb in any car, so it seems like a pretty friendly curb. The only problem here, it's not on entry, it's on exit, getting the car to want to turn on the corner, so I had to kind of lift a little bit of one part of that chicane just to correct the car to help to rotate. I just wanted to see how much I could power slide. Probably not good for the rear tires, but boy is it fun.
2:09.7.
Yeah, good to know, Dominic. Thanks again. I definitely think these softer springs are improvements, so I'll keep this set. But if I'm being perfectly honest, I kind of want to get in the BMR now and see how that feels. So I already know how good this feels here. Do a couple more laps, bring the springs down one more click, see how that feels, and probably call it with this car. Just really curious to see how different the Beamer feels compared to how it felt before. Yeah, if you're gonna be good at a track, be good at the Nurburgring. It's definitely more compliant over those curbs. I'm really curious to see what softer springs are gonna do there. I think my favorite thing about the two new cars is being able to turn the traction control off and drive them with the throttle. I mean, that was probably one of my biggest attractions to the Rough, is I could turn that traction control off and really drive it with the throttle, as opposed to the old Beamer. That's why I'm really curious to see how the Beamer drives now. Because if I can drive it like I can these two cars, then that should be a pretty fun car. Because again, I heard it also got a top speed bump. So it should be a pretty competitive car. Got a little bit more patient with that corner, paid off. Gotta be more patient here. And try full throttle. Had to kind of keep the wheels straight, but it did pretty nice over that curb. This car actually might try some more rear brake bias. Going down one more click on the brake bias. See how this feels. I'll do one more lap here and then make another spring adjustment. Yeah, that was my fault. Just turned in too early. Yeah, see where the tires are. I'm running just a lot more consistent. I mean, my best lap with the Mercedes was a 57.6 on the 5th lap, and I mean, look at those: 57.8, 57.5, 57.3. Oh, accidentally hit the flashing headlights button. So we'll save this, because I do think this is better than that previous set. I just don't think I'm driving it as well right now. Tire, another right rear is too low, so I'm going to go up one click on the right rear. And that just might be because of the springs we got in her. Let's go down one more click all around. Again, trying to keep the 66 and 130 ride height, respectively. There we go. Let's see what we got. Again, with a little bit more brake bias to the rear, just to help us on corner entry a little bit. Not that this car needs it a lot, but I think for the faster stuff it helped just a little bit. First impressions, feels real good. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That was on 4th gear too, as opposed to 5th gear, which is usually a much more, you know, if you got trouble with wheel spin, you want to go up to a taller gear, but I just want to see how she'd do in 4th gear right there, and that was nice. So what that does is just gives me more confidence to attack everything right now. Might even be able to get this into the 56s now. Staying second here. I was doing first earlier, but I think second works better. Let's carry a little bit too much speed in there. Yeah, back it down a little bit. I'm getting a little too excited. Driving a lot too hard. Oh, it's so much nicer over that curb. So it seems to me a lot of the curb stuff's just softer springs and finding the right spring rates for them. That made all the difference in the world, really. Alright. I'll probably be over in a couple of minutes, right? I'm gonna finish this video up and switch over to the BMW. But I don't know, that talking gets me distracted too sometimes, so I'll probably just stay in here until I get done with the BMW. It's easier for me to run more consistent laps. Alright, see if we can get a 56. I know we can, it's just, can I do it now? Still kind of overdriving the car right now, sliding more than it should. That's just about perfect through that corner. If I was going to spend more time with this car today, I'd go down another click on the springs because it's been working well so far. Nah, I just turned it on too early. Couldn't get on the gas I wanted to because I got up on that curb. Too fast in here, we're sliding. So we're just gonna go with it, because we can do that nowadays in iRacing. Couldn't have done that a couple years ago. Couldn't have done that a couple years ago. Came back on my steering too quick, but I'm digging it. Just a nice little drift all the way out there. And I could have saved this, but I didn't. I thought it was going to come back, and it kept kind of turning. So I'll save that. Do my, again, going to take like a little 5-minute break here, but might as well go over my couple of fast laps here real quick while I do that. Then I will get in the Beamer. So I'll be back. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed these videos back to back. I'll do one on the Beamer and see how that goes.